What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where today we're going to finish our free agent conversation. Now, we're going to have one more video after this one about these free agents where we do, hey, this is where you guys are with the cap. This is how we're going to have to adjust. This is where I am with the cap. And this is how we're going to have to adjust, right? Which players do we cut? And what are we going to do to meet your accommodations and to meet my accommodations for free agency? That's where we're going to have another video. We'll see when we do that. I'm going to get that to you guys as soon as I possibly can. With the combine coming up, I want to finish this, but we might have to do some draft talk and some combine talk, and then get back into the free agent conversation because combine's going to happen, and then boom, free agency is here. We are going to talk about free agency once again throughout this off season, but here as we finish, we're going to talk about safeties, right? The conversation that we had already. If you didn't see the video that we put out about the safeties, or see the poll that we put out, we got 228 votes. So shout out to everybody that participated in every single one of these posts. If you did not see any of the polls, all you have to do to be able to see anything like this, anything from the community tab that we put out, and specifically here we put out the polls, go to the channel, right? You can hit the little Colts logo right next to Colts Syndicate. Boom, you hit that, and hit that little logo. That'll take you to the channel page. When you're on the channel page, you scroll all the way over. If you're on your phone, or it's the one completely to the right, it's the tab that says posts. That's where all the community posts are. And, again, getting really good engagement on these polls. More people seeing this stuff than I thought was seeing this stuff. So I think I want to use the community page a little bit more. I think that's going to be the plan now that we have over 2,000 subscribers here, 2,000 Colts Nation here hanging out. Although I do know we have a fan. I think it's a Texans fan that hangs out in the comment sections. Kind of stopped reacting to him because whatever, but man, just in the comments, every video, telling me exactly how trash my opinion is and how trash the Colts are and da 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 da. But for the most part, 2,000 members of Colts Nation hanging out here. So I'll start using that community post a little more. And here we had the poll for the safeties. Again, 228 votes. Shout out to you guys for participating. And here, the one on the bottom was the exactly who I thought was going to get the least amount of votes, although I did think it was a dark horse to get a lot of votes because he's from Indy. Jeremy Chin, who was with the Panthers, then this past season spent a year with the Commanders, and of course the Commanders being able to get to the NFC Championship game. And honestly, I didn't go back and look at a bunch of Jeremy Chin tape. I know throughout his career he's been a really good safety. Obviously he's not the most rangy safety. He's not going to get you a bunch of turnovers. I think that's really the biggest issue. He's not like a playmaking safety. He's just like a solid safety. So I think that's why he got overlooked here, especially when you look at the other options. But I do think, like, if we got Jeremy Chin, I wouldn't be like mad about it because I think he's a good player. He's an Indy native, and I think that'd be pretty cool. But we also already have somebody from Ben Davis right there in Indianapolis, and that's not going too well. So we'll see what happens. Of course, Jack Doyle, also from Indy, and had an incredible career with us. So we'll see what happens there. But Jeremy Chin, 12% of the 228 votes, coming in at 15% of the 228 votes. The combination. Hey, are we going to get Quandre Diggs, or maybe it's Justin Simmons? Either or. I wanted to give you guys an either or there and include both of them. Still only got 15% of the vote. So, that's understandable. Veteran guys, their price is going to be a little higher. With the other options here, it just makes sense. Why not get somebody younger, more explosive, still has all the physical abilities? And I'm right there with you guys, which is why my pick for safety, somebody that's had a lot of success throughout his career, both with the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs, Mr. Justin Reed, 32%. And this was the closest poll of all the polls that we put out. This was the closest. Okay, the next closest, I believe, was the cornerback poll, which was 42 and 22. This one, 41% for our top safety. Justin Reid gets 32% of the vote here. And honestly, this is a guy that early on in this poll, Justin Reid had the most votes, and it made sense, right? A guy from Kansas City, just tons of success, somebody that it does cause havoc. Like, he's just a guy, he can get the ball back for you. If you need him in an emergency situation, Matt Gay wants to have injuries again. Hey, guess what? We have a guy who can maybe hit from 40. Feel pretty good about him from 30 or 35, to be completely honest with you. Justin Reid can do kickoffs, like he could do multiple things for you, but just as a safety, he's an incredible safety. He made a lot of plays for the Chiefs. He's a big reason why that Chiefs defense has been so good. Now, a lot of players on that defense are why that defense is so good. Spagnuolo is a big reason why that defense is so good. Kansas City, an incredible job building that team, of course, and especially that defense. But Justin Reid, that defense transformed when Justin Reid got there. That team was all about Patrick Mahomes in his early years, and then they get Justin Reid, and all of a sudden their defense, turned into a whole different animal over these past few years. So I think Justin Reid, his veteran presence, the success level that he's had, a guy that knows what winning habits looks like, know what winning looks like on and off the field, that's a guy I want in the building, and I'm not going to move off that. I understand what everybody else in Colts Nation is saying. The 41% of you are saying, but boy, I don't care. Justin Reid, he is so good at anything you want him to do. He's not the biggest safety, but he's big enough. He can come down, he can hit in the box, he can cover a lot of ground, and he can get interceptions, he can get pass deflections. Really smart player on the field, like another coach on the player, or another coach on the field. So I think Justin Reid would be an excellent option if the Colts ended up wanting to sign him, whatever it costs. He's had a bunch of success. Maybe we just overpay a little bit, get Justin Reid in the building so he can help turn this culture, right? What the Commanders did can't be understated. They went and got good veteran players that have had different levels of success in their career. Marcus Mariota, ton of success in his college career that obviously didn't translate to the NFL, but a lot of success in his career. Zach Ertz, a lot of success. Bobby Wagner, a lot of success. So I think what the Commanders did, you can take that. You don't have to get all the same players. I did want some of the players, Zach Ertz and Marcus Mariota being a couple of them, and wouldn't be mad if we got Bobby Wagner, but not really. But nonetheless, going that same route, you just bring in some veteran players, some really good veteran players from outside your own building, and get these guys to come in. All of a sudden, you have all these young guys that we keep drafting and building the team around because Chris Ballard does such a good job in the draft. Boom. You have guys that they can emulate themselves with, right? Become teammates with these guys and start to learn under these guys, see what they do. And anybody that's trying to actually get better will pay attention to guys that have had success. You bring these guys in, guys will learn from the little things. Hey, what do you do? They'll pick their brain. Hey, how do you get so much success? How do you continue to get better later into your career? What are you doing? And those are the kinds of things that are invaluable. So that's my case for Justin Reid. Give me Justin Reid in a Colts uniform, please. Okay. And who do you guys want? 41% of the 228 votes goes to Jevon Holland. A lot of Colts Nation, both on this poll, on Twitter, on Facebook, in everything that I've seen, a lot of Colts Nation is talking about Jevon Holland. Now, Jevon Holland may be coming off the worst year of his career. I live down here in Florida. In the syndicate, we have Dolphins syndicate. And while those guys, of course, appreciate and they like Jevon Holland, I think they have also said the same. Jevon Holland made just a down year in the biggest year of his career, right? A contract year, having a down year this past season. And of course, that hasn't been the pattern. So it's just interesting. Hey, maybe he just wasn't a good fit in the defense he was in, what he was being asked to do. How did that differ from past years? Maybe he does just need change of scenery. Things with the Dolphins toward the end of the year obviously seemed like they were falling apart. Tyreek Hill at the end of the year saying, hey, I'm out of here. Of course, he's gone back on that, but nonetheless, things with the Dolphins, they are in a transition period. The Dolphins are in a transition period. Javon Holland gonna be looking elsewhere, and can he be himself again? Javon Holland, if we got Javon Holland, I'd be good with that too, man. Like Javon Holland, Justin Reed, put either one of these guys in a Colts uniform, and I'm gonna be a-okay with it. I think these are both really good football players that we could sign to multi-year deals. They could come in, help flip things around. Now, I do think Justin Reed can really help flip the defense quicker than Javon Holland can, in my personal opinion. Again, the level of success, he's been around Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo for years. Like that level of experience that he's been able to gain can't be understated. But Javon Holland, really good player. He's gotten a lot of shine in his career, and he's going to be looking for the bag. Whoever's getting him, they're going to be paying for it. So we'll see what happens there. Of course, when free agency starts, we'll be paying attention. And again, we're going to have another video going over your guys' choices and my choices. What's the money like? Who's going to have to go? How are we going to maneuver the roster to make this work for us? We're going to have to figure some things out to get there. We're going to have that video coming out. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have notifications on so you get notified when that video, and then combine videos, draft videos, free agents, so much to talk about this offseason. Gonna want your guys' opinion. Make sure to always hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.